This is an event that's on our list. I keep saying I want to go every year. This is one that I want to do. This is definitely top of mind for us. And this will be part of the MAHLE segment here. I'll go ahead and read this one if you're all right with it.
Yep.
Attention high performance enthusiasts and racers, meet the MAHLE Motorsport PowerPak kit, your ultimate solution for power packed performance. The PowerPak pistons are made from either 4032 aluminum alloy to allow for tighter cylinder to wall clearances and improved temperature stability, or 2618 alloy to allow for increased detonation resistance. What sets MAHLE apart? Forged pistons, graphol coating, and phosphate treatment for peak performance and durability. Elevate your ride with MAHLE Motorsport, where performance meets precision. Visit MAHLEmotorsport.com for more details. And for all the folks that are listening to this, MAHLE is spelled MAHLE. Well, again, on this segment, we have the Miles of Mayhem team. 2025 is going to be their 5th year. Registration opened on Saturday, January 4th. We're going to find out if there's any spots remaining. And then I want to talk about some of the folks that are on the top 50 list and all that. So let's bring them in now.
Hey, sorry about that. We had a few minutes of audio struggles there, so you're jumping in with them recapping the tracks that they will visit at Miles of Mayhem 2025. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. So we're starting off at Rimbey at the Central Alberta Raceways for a test and tune day 1, and then we'll hit the road. It's a bit of a drive to Medicine Hat. We'll from Medicine Hat we go to Forestburg, so it's good to be back at Area 53. Then back to Rad Torque and Rimbey again. So,
and then you guys have been there. 3 of these tracks, I think, are kind of normal for your loop. But are there some new tracks? Is Forestburg new for you?
Yeah, we've been to Forestburg the first 2 years. We did Miles of Mayhem. So we switched out Forestburg with SIR.
That's right.
This year. It's a little less driving, so just try and change it up.
I'm sure people won't hate that.
No, it's usually the hottest day when you have to do that long drive, it seems like. So it should be a nice little break.
Right. Dragway Rush here saying Dragon Drive's really growing lately in Canada. Yeah, I think you guys are up to 5 events now up there, man. It's awesome.
Is it 5 now? I know 3 for sure.
Yep. So you've got East Coast Dragon Drive, which is a new weekend event. You got Dragway Rush, which is further west a little bit, kind of in that little dip there. And then another regional event. And then you've got you guys, of course. There's a new one called Home Quarter, and then there's the BC Drag It Challenge.
Yeah,
so pretty awesome.
Good to see it growing. Yeah.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is people don't understand how big Canada is, but now there's like events in all the regions almost, man. It's pretty amazing to see.
Yeah, no, it's good to see it grow, and it's exactly what the sport needed.
Yeah, and you guys have going into your 5th year, man. We need to have you on for a long episode and just let you talk about what you've learned.
Oh, you learn a lot.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You definitely fly by the seat of your pants, it seems like, the whole week. You never know what the competitors or the drive's going to throw at you. So just pretty much buckle up and hold on.
Yeah.
Well, what are some of the route stops that you guys have planned for this year?
We haven't quite got our route planned. We kind of, winter time and all that crap here. So we'll probably start driving, making our route. We do the route about 3 times before the event, just planning it and finding checkpoints. And it worked out pretty good last year. We had some car clubs help out and do some checkpoints for us. So that was a nice kind of break, and got the clubs involved. We got the towns more involved. So
yeah,
we are thinking of posting the route, kind of like what Sick Week does before the event. So we'll see how that goes. I think so. I think that we can get the towns more involved as we go through, because it seems like when you drive through, all the towns are asking what's going on, and they just can't really believe all these cars coming through, little trailers, race cars, and yeah.
Do you have a rough idea on what the mileage is going to be for the drives this year?
It's looking like about 1,100 kilometers. Just Google mapping it.
Gotcha.
So a few
That's cool.
kilometers shorter.
And so what's that in mileage? Like 850 or something like that?
Yeah, we'd be just below 900 miles roughly.
Man, that's awesome. Your guys won't know what to do.
No, they won't. A little bit of a treat for them. We've had some guys asking us to do like a smaller 2 or 3 day one, and try and keep the drive really small and try and get some of the fast cars out. So there might be something in the future.
Yeah, definitely. And, we talk about regional events all the time doing that, like a guy that has a really fast car, like typically guys like Pat Miker's car, they're like, oh no, I can't drive that far, blah, blah, blah. Well, then they go out and they do 50 or 70 miles. They're like, I probably could have done another 50 or 75 miles.
Yeah. Well, I think those guys cruise at about 70 miles an hour, so they're making time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They don't mess around.
No.
Well, were there any classes that were added for 2025?
No, we didn't add any classes. We're going to stick with the 9. We have talked about doing a junior street, which would be nice to add in.
Yeah, I'll say that's probably a pretty easy one because typically what we see with like with Rocky Mountain, there's 6 or 8 of those. You know what I mean? So it doesn't take up a ton of time, and they need 2 passes a day or whatever.
Yeah, and we got to get the next generation involved and keep the sport going. So
yeah, I agree with that. That's for sure. Well, let's talk about some fun stuff. I want to hear about y'all's, like, in your opinion, your favorite roadside repair story that you've heard.
Oh, one of my favorites is the guy breaking down and going to the dealership, and he bought like a 2-year-old Camaro to finish the event.
What?
So that one kind of blew me away that was on our first year too. So people were just rowdy and ready to go.
That's awesome.
And we've seen a few engine swaps and stuff. So no, there's some good ones for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say Kyle Amelano won the first ever MAHLE Motorsport toughest roadside repair with his engine swap in the little yellow truck, and that was in 2023. And then I think he come out in 24 and didn't have any problems. I think he sailed right through the event, right?
Last year he didn't bring the yellow truck. He brought his wife's truck, the backup.
Gotcha. Yeah. So see, sailed right through.
Yeah, Rodney here saying parking lot golf cart race winner in 24 has called you out for 25.
Yeah, I guess they're getting a little rowdy. A couple guys were carting golf carts around with them.
Oh,
they
yeah.
got into some night racing at the hotel the one night, I guess. So
yeah, that's I think that's what is the most fun about your event is there's stuff like that all the time.
Yeah, the groupings at the hotels and stuff. It sucks we miss a lot of it because we're in the motorhome at the track. So we just hear all the stories the next morning.
That probably is the toughest part about being the promoter. You're the last to show up, or you're the last to leave, first to show up. You don't get to see any of the cool roadside stuff because you're trying to get to wherever the next spot is.
Right? You miss a lot of stuff, but it's good to hear the stories and you don't have to be out there sweating underneath a car with them. So
right,
it's okay that way.
That's right. Yeah. Rodney here saying that Kyle's wife had bought the motor before he was back in the pits. What a great
Yeah, they didn't even have it off the track, and they're telling me they got a new engine coming, and yeah, they deserve that one.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, what are some of the things you're most excited about for 2025?
A little different route. That'll be a good change. We got it's looking at about 40% new competitors this year. So 35%. Awesome. Yeah. So it's good to meet some new people and see what new cars come out.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. That's a huge win there for you guys for sure. We're seeing this like over and over where all these new people are taking advantage of these events, and I'm sure it hurts the veterans because they're like, what the heck, I didn't get in or whatever. But like you said, there's a few spots left. How many did you say?
I think we got about 5 spots left right now.
God, dude.
So that means we sold 195 spots.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
Yeah, in 3 days, and I think if I remember the post right, you had posted up in like 2 hours that you guys were almost full. So, man, that's really cool.
yeah, it's glad to see guys that are still excited to come and new people joining. It's what keeps us going, doing it for sure.
Right, man. 5 spots left. That's great, dude. Yeah. Somebody was asking how many entries this year. So 200 entries.
Yeah, the 200 again this year.
Yeah, I think that's a great number. We're expanding to 200 with the circuit, and I'm nervous, to be honest. I think that's about the right number because there's not too many folks, but there's still enough there that there's racing action all day.
Yeah, you get enough cars like to keep the track full for the whole day. But what we were running into was like our towns aren't really big enough. Like, we go to Forestburg, we don't stay in Forestburg. There's not enough hotels. There's probably 30 rooms in that town, right? So we got to stay about an hour away. So, but like, we find like when we did the jump from about 100 and I think it was 140 to 180, it was crazy, the difference.
Yeah.
40 doesn't sound like a lot of cars, but it definitely changed the dynamics of it for sure.
Well, yeah, when you start looking at that many racers, 40 cars is like 70 people. And if you went from like 250 people to 320 people, that's a big difference.
Yeah, it's a noticeable difference.
Yeah, and now you're like 350 people because most folks in the States anyways like to have a co-pilot just for the extra set of hands.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of guys cruising by themselves. You get a few, but
yeah, that's cool, man. Well, I'm excited. What else can we expect? So what are we looking at for the next few weeks here leading up? I know we've got a few months of the event, but these guys need to be working on their stuff right now, even though it is what's the temp up there for you guys right now, like negative 400 degrees or something crazy?
Actually, it's been pretty nice. It'd probably be it's been sitting around -10, -20 degrees Celsius here. So, that's nice weather this time of year.
Gross. Yeah, it's 20 here and I'm complaining.
20. So it'd be, what would that be?
I mean, that's probably 6 or 8 degrees Celsius or something like that crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how folks live up there, but the good thing is when it's summertime up there, and you guys will see some warm temps during your event.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky with weather too. Like this year we had the one rain out, and we probably could have held off another hour or two and got some racing in, but then we would have crossed through a big hailstorm, and we made the call just to keep going last year, and it worked out. A lot of guys were kind of excited because it was like terrible storm, and then we got down in the coulees and it was like plus 40 degrees Celsius, and we get all the weather, so
they were like, this is great.
Yeah, well, it was too hot then,
Oh man, that's awesome. Well, listen, I want to say thanks for coming on tonight. We appreciate you guys and all that you do for the community. You're one of the longest running drag and drives that are out there. We've seen this crazy boom in the last 2 years. You guys going on your 5th year now, man. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. We're going to keep it going as long as we can too. So
yeah, that's awesome. Well, if you do end up putting together a weekend deal, man, keep us updated. Let us know. We'd love to help in any way we can, and help promote and all that kind of stuff. We love what you guys do, and I promise, I'm going to get up there and see you guys one time.
We'll get you guys up here soon enough.
Yep. For sure. All right. Hey, thanks so much, Dustin. Y'all have a great day, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, you too.
Yeah, see ya.
See you.
Yeah, see you guys.
Man, how fun. I'm telling you, we got to make that trip, dude. We got to make that trip to go up there and see the guys at Miles of Mayhem. Again, if you haven't done it yet, please follow them on Facebook, and obviously you can follow them on their website, but it's not nearly as much fun. MOMERS is their Facebook group. Join that to keep up with all the racers. There's a lot of cross-pollination of racers that do that. Our boy Rich Guido is one of the first members of that, our first racers of that event. So he's always in there talking. Trevor Brandon is a big part of their program up there as well. So, anytime there's events in the North America, it's always good for us to support them. So Miles of Mayhem, or the MOMERS, Momers, Miles of Mayhem, on that. So if you're in Canada and you're watching this, bundle up and go sign up to, they got 5 spots left. Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah, Brandon Parker, Miles of Mayhem 26. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll do less events in 26 to go to Miles of Mayhem.
Well, you never know. You wait long enough, and it'll be the 51st state, and we won't have to worry about too much going up there.
Well, hey, listen, we're not talking politics on here. Again, big shout out to MAHLE Motorsports. Appreciate them and all they do for us and the community. Again, they're not just sponsors of this stuff. They are also racers. Eric racing his stick shift Nova, and George racing his 700 plus horsepower small block Mopar Duster there on the left. So super cool, guys.
Yep.
All righty, let's move on. Do you want me to do this, or you want to run these?
I'll go ahead and grab these.
Perfect.
So, once again, we got to ask everybody to, first we got to thank our race car friends for hanging out here. Great numbers tonight, lots of comments. So appreciate everybody jumping in, especially those coming from the Miles of Mayhem crew. So thank you guys for what you guys do and keep us motivated. And of course, without our sponsors, we couldn't do any of this. So thank you to Summit Racing Equipment, MAHLE Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Car Change 3D, WAF Racing, Performer Belt Transmission, J-Wire Solutions, Howard's Cams, Sweet Patina, Power Tube TV, and Racing Junk. And then, as we always talk about the gentleman's agreement, that is, we are going to continue doing what we do because it's what we love to do. We love talking about drag and drive. We ask for you guys to like, subscribe, follow, whatever it is that you're watching or listening. Make sure you do that. Share it out. Tell all your friends about the Drag Drive Repeat show. And then we can't guarantee you that we don't have a way to prove that you're going to do that. That's why it's a gentleman's agreement. So we're going to continue doing ours, and that's what we ask of you guys.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then Power Tube TV, love this, man. They're awesome. Ray and I were having conversations earlier this week about all the stuff that's coming up, like Pinks 2.0, going to be on Power Tube TV very soon. So that's exciting. Rev up your engines with Power Tube TV, the ultimate destination for automotive entertainment. Stream for free on the web, Roku, mobile apps, and more. Catch replays of our show right here on this, and exclusive content from other creators featuring classics like Pinks, which is coming back, and Pastime, which is coming back for 2025. I'm excited about that, plus a ton of original shows, a lot of other content creators within this content creator development program that we're a part of. And so be part of something special. Talk to Ray and the team over at PowerTube TV at watchpttv.com. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Love those guys. And let's talk about some WAF racing stuff.